Yeah, it's usually a bad week of college football this week before rivalry week. I've seen worse, Matt DeBerry. The Missouri Tigers are going to go to Oklahoma to kick off, I think, a triple header on ABC of SEC ball. You've got a really, this is an old Big Eight game. I don't know if people remember the Big Eight. Speaking of nearly eight, Mizzou is a 7.5 point dog on the road in Norman.
I think I took Missouri. I wrote it out. I had my great reasons why. I think I like their rushing attack to keep them in this ball game. They're playing really well. I think Oklahoma might be due for kind of a letdown game. They've been playing really strong. I love that defensive front, but if Missouri can get that run game going, I think they're going to really stay in this game. It's just a little too many points for me. I think Missouri might keep this a little tighter than the experts think. So I'm going to take Missouri in that 7.5.
Yeah, big win for Oklahoma last week, but they're just not completely functional on offense. And even if they're going to be home, Missouri has one of the better defenses in the conference and has the best rushing game in the conference. And that's become not close after the performance that they just had on the ground this past weekend, where one guy for them had over 300 yards by himself. I think Oklahoma guts it out and wins, but I'm with Matt. I think it's close. I'll take the points with Missouri.
Yeah, we got some group think on this first one. I don't think Mizzou is great, but I will take them in this situation. Coming back home, 11 o'clock local game after a giant win over Alabama. I will take Missouri to on the cover here, Matt DeBerry, and that's going to be. And the next game is the Kentucky Vandy game. This is a rivalry game. This is an important game for the Commodores. I don't think it's important for Kentucky because I don't think any game is important for Kentucky. However, the Cats are a 9.5 point dog up at or down at Vanderbilt Stadium.
I'll take it. Oh, if you threw it to me, I didn't hear it.
Oh, sorry.
I'm
He didn't
taking
choose. I didn't
Kentucky.
choose.
They have not been complete garbage since being blown out
True.
by the Dogs. They're playing hard. They blew out the Gators, had their chances to beat Texas, and they're trying to get their sixth win. Just too many points for me. I'm hoping Kentucky keeps it close. So I think Vanderbilt's probably the smart pick. That's where my gut was officially leaning, but I'm flipping it. I think Kentucky keeps this one close on the road. 9.5, I think. Just a little too much. I'm going to take the Cats to cover.
Yeah, they've been playing better, but they haven't played someone as good as Vanderbilt, and this is on the road. I've got
Here
Vanderbilt in
we
this
go.
game. I don't think Vanderbilt's been playing its best football recently, which is not a great sign either. September and the beginning of October is not when you want to be playing your best football. That's the case, but I don't know. I'm rolling with Vanderbilt in this one. They are struggling with teams that are much better than Kentucky and have way better playmakers. And you saw part of the reason that Auburn game was close a couple weeks ago is because they had Cam Coleman and they just had no answer for him. Kentucky's got nobody like that, and they don't have anyone like Ahmad Hardy on Missouri or anyone along those lines. So I'll go with Vanderbilt to win. They're going to barely cover this and win by 10.
Yeah, so this is actually a very important game for Georgia folks. Georgia can still get in the SEC championship without Alabama and Texas A&M losing. Well, specifically Alabama losing. So it could still be an A&M Georgia matchup, but Kentucky has to beat Vanderbilt. I don't buy that. That's one of the dominoes. Just for those of you keeping score at home, that's one of the dominoes. But I don't buy it. I will take Kentucky though against the line here. I think once the jerseys are on, it's hard for these two to really. They're so used to each other. It's just like Georgia and Florida. I'm not going to say anything can happen in a rivalry game. I don't know that I always believe that. Anything can happen in Kentucky Vanderbilt game, though. I will say that until my dying breath. The Arkansas Razorbacks renew their Southwest Conference rivalry with the Texas Longhorns. I'm certain Arkansas views this as a rivalry game. I'm certain Texas is ready to just end the season. I, however, I'm going to take the Hogs here, and here's why, Ryan Curley, you're next. Texas is flat. Texas cannot score. Arkansas will fight. They will fight and lose. That's why I got the Hogs.
Yeah, all the numbers say to take Arkansas.
Mm.
So I'm taking Texas. And I
Ah,
think that there's going to be some desperation for Texas. I think they are capable of winning a game by 10 points or more. I think they're
why start
capable of it.
now?
They've
Why
got the
start
talent.
now?
Why start now? Because the percent chance to get into the college football playoff
Yeah,
is this.
yeah.
and they're going to need style points to do that if they want to fly into the rankings. I don't know that they're going to really get that many style points out of this, but I just have a feeling that Arkansas's close loss is coming to an end with a not close loss.
Hmm.
Wow. See, I mean, Arkansas, they're losers, but they fight. They lose games, but they're tight. They can't stop anybody, but Texas
That
can't
was poetic.
run. I
Mhm.
didn't even mean to do that.
Me too.
Just off the top of the dome. That's just how it works
Kind of
sometimes.
soft.
I'm
Kind of
going to
soft.
take the Hogs in this game too. Just too many points. They might lose because they lose a lot, but I think they're going to keep it close. If that quarterback goes off and can really get going and have some big explosives against that Texas defense, they're going to be in this game the entire way. So I'm hoping for a fun one, and that's what I've got. So tight Texas win, Hogs cover.
Yeah, we're always hoping for fun games when there's no real pressure in Sanford Stadium or wherever the Dogs are playing. The South Carolina, the SC Trojans are on the road at the Ducks. This is a very curious game. Our friends at BetQL have got this one as a 10.5 point line. So SC is going up to Eugene, Oregon. Ryan, who do you have in this one?
Yeah, this is the best game of the weekend, at least on paper, heading into it. I'm excited to watch, hopefully, the second half. Hopefully, they don't drag on this Charlotte game. I hope that there's a lot of run the football. There is a lot of NFL talent in this game. I think 10 and a half is too many points for the way Oregon's been playing. They haven't necessarily been dominant at home, lose by 10 at home to Indiana. USC's good. I think they'll hang around. Maybe a backdoor cover by USC. It's just too big of a line for me. This was a tough one, but I've got USC covering with an Oregon win.
I agree. If this was 8.5, 9.5, maybe I lean towards Oregon, but that 10.5 hook really, that's getting me to lean USC's way. They're good enough to keep this one close. It doesn't feel like they're going to win the game, but they're not a bad team. I think they keep this one a little closer, Dean. I'm going to take the Trojans on the road. I'm picking a lot of road teams. That's going to switch up here in a minute, but I think the Trojans find a way to get the cover up there.
Yeah, I'm taking a lot of Dogs, and that's going to change in a second here. But I want to just say this about BetQL as it relates to this game particularly. They have it. Their machine has this as a 12.5 point is what Oregon should be favored by. This is where you're seeing the power of sharp betting. 81% of sharp bettors are taking the Trojans here. This game, again, we get these numbers on Sunday. It is at 9.5 now, so it's been knocked down pretty solidly lately. I'm going to take the Trojans. I think the extra point and a half is good with me, and you know, I agree with you. It is the best game. It just makes me think, though, and I know no one else watching this cares, but I do pay attention to these things quite a bit. Boy, Fox, they're just giving. I don't understand the Big Ten contract at all. I would not give CBS these types of games. I don't understand. I'm not sure I understand every single thing. We're not even picking the noon game on Fox. I don't know who it is, and I don't know the contract details, but this just does not seem like a great situation. CBS, there's times when CBS has some pretty good games, and this is one of them right now. Another game that's not that bad are the BY Cougars. I saw Harry Dog doing his best BYU cover the other day. The BYU Cougs are going to Cincinnati to face the Bearcats, a team. This is primetime on Fox. Who you got here, Matt? The number 11 Cougs or Cincinnati?
I don't think BYU is the number 11 team
I
in the
don't
country,
either.
but Cincinnati has looked not so great the past 2 weeks. Even at home at night, I think BYU is good enough to get the job done. I think they need this win because it feels like they would like a rematch with Texas Tech in that Big 12 championship game. So there's a lot on the line for BYU. I feel like all they have to do is win and they can win by 3. So I'm going to take them to get the job done. That quarterback could have a big day against Cincinnati's defense that hasn't been all that great against somewhat high level quarterbacks of the last 2 weeks. Give me BYU.
Yeah, I've got BYU as well. I just think they've got better playmakers. I agree they're probably not the 11th best team, but they can still get into the college football playoff. Their path is clear. Just win out and win the Big 12 when it's simple. It's not always easy, but it is simple. I've got them going in there at night. The noon Fox game, Dean, is Ohio State hosting Rutgers, so I thought that was a waste of our time.
No, I'm not judging you. I mean, I understand where Fox is coming from. Whenever you have the capability to put Ohio State on, you put Ohio State on. Period. They are the brand up there. But I, I mean, put the best game on. Like give CBS Rutgers Ohio State.
The three of us would rather watch Oregon and USC than Ohio,
Correct. And
right? And probably most people watching this,
oh,
you
it'll
know.
get 4 or 5 million people that watch that game. But I think that the challenge, just as an inside baseball, very quickly, you're seeing the SEC. You have back to back 10.5 million view games Saturday on ABC. Frankly, they made a mistake putting Pitt on because Pitt Notre Dame on because A&M Carolina nearly outdrew it on ESPN. That the A&M Carolina game probably would have gotten 6 or 7 million on ABC. I would go straight triple header from here on out because this is the last week you can do it. But I don't understand. I don't know the contract as it relates to the Big Ten and their media partners. I would not. I would have this SC game on Fox. If it's at night, it's at night. Whatever. I mean, but it
They're
can't be.
allergic to night games, man. It's
They have a strategy, but it does backfire often. But anyway, I tell you what, in this game, I don't think I've made a pick yet, but I'm going to take BYU, and I'll end it there. The Tennessee Vols are going to go to the Swamp, and ABC. This is going to get a huge. You'll get a big number for this game, and these teams. Florida is terrible, but Ryan, it's 81% of smart bettors according to BetQL are on the Gators for this one. It's Tennessee and Florida. And amazingly, this game is in prime time, but it's like putting red in front of a bull. I mean, people are going to watch this game.
yeah, I've got Tennessee.
Sound
They're
disappointed
better.
by that.
I don't like because I don't like the vibes of this game. I don't like it being in Florida's been playing well outside of Gainesville recently without Billy Napier, and now they get a home night game to try to capitalize off of what I would call hard to say you've got any momentum when you go into Kentucky and lose by that margin. I do think they've been a little bit better. They competed last week, competed with Georgia, but I don't know. I've got Tennessee more on the line for the Vols. One of the best passing offenses. I think they'll give Florida some problems. The line's 3.5. It's a weird line too.
Yeah, it's moved a little since we got it.
It's
It's,
yeah.
it's 4.5 right now. Or 4 right now.
It was
Excuse me.
3.5 before we started recording. I was double checking it.
Yeah, 4. Go ahead. Go ahead, Matt.
I'm going to take the Gators. I don't like it, but Tennessee hasn't won in the Swamp since 2003. I know
Right.
vibes are down in Gainesville, but there's some voodoo that happens down there when Tennessee goes down. I think Florida played halfway decent against the Rebels, and if they can do that again, I like them to cover in this game. Just what else are you playing for? It's to beat Tennessee at home at night. I think the crowd will be as electric as you could hope for, I guess. It's too many points. I'll take the Gators 4.5, Dean.
I'll tell you what, it's a challenging close to the season if you're the Gators with this thing. I mean, that you're closing in November with Tennessee, Florida, and Florida State. Like that's not and Ole Miss. That's not nothing. Now they're not good, and I understand that. Bettors here have 81% of the money on the Gators, as I said. I'm not buying it. I'll take Tennessee in this one. I just I'm kind of Pitt goes to Georgia Tech to see what are we really working with here with the Jackets. They win. They consistently win. They have the same record as Georgia. Ryan, why won't they play well?
Well, they're not supremely talented. I mean that's part of it, but
They're not playing supremely
they,
talented teams. I mean, Boston College
no, they're
sucks.
not. And they're not playing their best football right now either. We saw that earlier on, which is not great news. You see that at different points in the season. Georgia's playing better right now. Vanderbilt played better early on. Same thing with Georgia Tech. But they do have the capability of winning. With this being at home, I like the Jackets. I was told all sorts of things about Pitt's run defense last week, and then see Jeremiah Love spinning on them and taking off and accelerating. They got Haynes King, and I think that he's gonna will them to some drives. We've seen that all year long. I think that even if they have to do it at the last second, they'll win by at least 3 points.
Yeah, I agree with Ryan. I think both these defenses stink. They can't stop anybody but Syracuse. And I think Georgia Tech's defense will just get enough stops down the stretch. I think Haynes King has a monster day. Pittsburgh's, yeah, that was, they can't tackle. That's what I found out last week. They were not tackling well. They were getting real tired. I think that Georgia Tech offense could have a really big day. And defensively, I guess I trust them a little bit more, not by a lot. I think there could be 100 points in this game. That's what I'm hoping. But I will take Haynes King and the home team, Georgia Tech, to gut this one out and win and cover.
Tackling is a choice. You choose to tackle, and it's not always fun. But Tech's got the number one offense in the country right now in terms of total yards. Something else. They can't stop anybody. I got the Jackets in this one, and we're going to have a 10-1 and 10-1 showdown in Atlanta. And I say 10-1 because I was about to say Bobcats. The Charlotte 49ers are headed to Athens for this one. Charlotte is terrible, Ryan. Terrible. They are excuse me, I'm sorry, Ryan, I cut you off. They are a 44.5-point dog.
It's pretty bad. They've lost 9 out of 10, and they've only been in a handful of games, something like that. I think Georgia's going to cover. They don't really cover these big lines, but I just think with the discrepancies in these teams, and they're going to run the ball a lot. You're going to see Georgia run the ball a lot. I don't think you're going to see Gunnar Stockton throw for more than, I'm going to say, 17 or 18 times tops. And that's to me, I think the top. So I think this game will go by a little quickly, but I think Georgia's going to run well, and I think they're going to have a lot of explosive runs. I think you're going to see Dwight Phillips Jr. get some touches. I think you're going to see Bo Walker get some touches. You're going to see maybe Roger Robinson get in there. You're going to see, I think, a heavy dose of Ryan Puglisi in the third quarter, and if they have it their way, you'll see Ryan Montgomery as well, the third string quarterback. I think that's completely in play. Just got a feeling the Dogs are gonna get a big number themselves, and I don't see Charlotte scoring more than I. We've seen that the third string defense can let up points early on in the season, but I don't think that they're gonna score enough to cover. So I've got Georgia.
Yeah, I'm in last place. I've got nothing to lose. It would be weird picking Charlotte. Give me the Dogs. It'll be fun to watch. We'll see if they can cover. It's a big, big line, but I do think when the backups come in, like Ryan said, they're going to be, allowed to play. They'll probably continue to run the football, but I would like to see Ryan Puglisi air it out. And I think that second, maybe third team offense could get enough points late in the game to get this big cover. But Charlotte stinks. I don't want to see Zachariah Branch out there. I don't want to see Chauncey Bowens out there. Give a lot of these guys a break because Charlotte, again, they are really, really bad. But we'll see. I'm going to pull for a cover. None to lose. Give me the Dogs.
Yeah, well, I'm not in last place. I'm firmly under 500. And I'm going to take the Charlotte Bobcats here. And here's why. 43 points is a lot. 43 points is a lot of points. Once you get to 43, if they score 10, you got to score basically 54 points for those of you keeping score at home to do it. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think Kirby's in shutdown mode. And, I think that this Bobcat team has the capability of coming in and maybe getting some good reps.
The Bobcats were really bad.
I'll tell you what, man. We were raising money one time at Coker, and we went to a Bobcats game in the booth, in the, what are they called? The suites. You don't ever want to watch the Charlotte Bobcats play. They're terrible. And the Hornets are a little better, but not much. But these Bobcats coming down to Athens. I mean, bro named the team after himself. You realize that, right? Robert McNair. It's not Robert McNair. I can't remember his name. That was the CEO of Spectrum. He named the franchise after himself. That's crazy to me. The Bobcats.
Respect.
It's selfish.
Yeah, and I love it. But good for him.
Completely selfish. Terrible logos. They're so strange. Such a strange town.
What would your team name be, Matt?
The Atlanta DeBerries or something cool. If I had like $5 billion and I could just name my own
The
team.
Berry Pickers?
Something. I like Dragons. We need a Dragons professional team out there. That'd be pretty sweet.
One of the teams in DeKalb County before they closed the high school was the Shamrock Dragons. That was where
Love
Jeff
it.
Saturday played. You know Jeff Saturday?
Okay.
No, it's a
Absolutely.
true story. Yeah. Hey, listen, that central part of DeKalb County, they had some guys that you did not want to fight. All right. The Lucky triplets were like number one. Okay. You're not fighting them. And like Juan Gaston was a little south of central DeKalb, so I'm not including him. You didn't want to fight Jeff Saturday. I've got some Jeff Saturday stories from elementary school. You did not want to fight Jeff Saturday. Like you could maybe fight Patrick Pass. You'd probably lose that fight. But Jeff Saturday would fight dirty. But they were the Shamrock Dragons. Shamrock Dragons. Clarkston, Angora. You know what Angora is, Ryan?
No, I don't feel like I need to know.
It's a lizard.
That was pretty rough. The Angora. I'll let y'all think about that over time. I've got the Bobcats on this huge line.
49ers.
What's that?
No,
I can't tell if you're doing it on purpose or not.
Oh, they're the Bobcats now.
They're the Bobcats. I don't know what you're talking about. All right. The Fighting Joe Coxes. All right. Goodbye.